Have you ever heard the expression X marks the spot? Is it possible there is much more meaning to this phrase than we know? The mathematical meaning of X, the letter X is often used in algebra to mean a value that is not yet known. It is called a variable or sometimes an unknown. Now let's look at the Hebrew meaning of the X. Tav, the letter Tav, cross, or T, is the 22nd letter in the Afro-Asiatic language known as the Paleo-Hebrew, Aberet, and equated to an X in English. The X, or Tav, in its infancy, seen here, also means mark, sign, signal, monument. It can even also represent covenant. This same Tav is seen in Ezekiel chapter 9. God commands the one with the inkwell to mark the righteous men of the city. It even shows that this was a protective identification to protect them in the coming invasion, and also to protect them spiritually for the age to come. It shows that even when judgment comes upon an entire nation, God still knows how to mark and identify the righteous. We also see this same X, or Tav, in Exodus 12, the night of the Passover. And in Revelation 7:3, later describes God's servants again being sealed on their foreheads. Now, knowing all of this, I'd like to also mention Tav, or X, has a numerical value of 400. Please pause to read this insert of Genesis 15. God is speaking and says 400 years, and in the same breath, he said that they would leave in the fourth generation. 400 divided by 4 equals 100 years. Interesting enough, we see in the last 100 years that a certain generation has been marked as Gen X. And even a micro-generation marked as Xennials. Now, keeping you on your toes, you might have noticed that an excerpt from Exodus 34 popped up on your screen, and I mentioned nothing about it. Well, if you read it, it said, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children unto the third and to the fourth generation. Why is that important? Because this fourth generation would be considered generational curse breakers. The Alpha. Well, you can't have Omega without Alpha, nor can you have the end without a beginning. And just like Jesus said, I am the Aleph and the Tav. And even before our inception, he was written on our genes. So while we're on this adventure to find out what X means, let's also look at the Aleph. The ancient letter Aleph started as the picture of an ox, or the picture of an ox head, power, authority, strength, implying ultimately God, standing for number one. The Tav is the Aleph without a divine space. 2 lines crossed, infinity in all 4 directions. Adding the third line creates a definable area. From Genesis to Revelations, the Aleph and the Tav are present. The Tav, covenant. The Aleph, strength. 2 together in equal agreement. And if you know anything about Hebrew, Hebrew reads from right to left. And isn't it funny? In Isaiah 46, declaring the end from the beginning. Let's let prophecy speak for itself. Is it possible that this is the chosen generation? A royal priesthood, a holy nation, a particular people. In August of 2017, a total solar eclipse crossed the Pacific and the Atlantic coast of the United States. and then less than a month later, the Revelation 12 sign appeared. We can't forget, before the October 14th, 2023 eclipse, the Revelation 12 sign appeared again. The next total solar eclipse to visit North America will be April 8th, 2024, completing the Tav, or the X. But not only completing the Tav, it will also complete the Aleph. The duration in totality will be up to 4 minutes and 30 seconds, almost double of the August 21st, 2017 eclipse. Is this a ceiling we see in Revelations chapter 7, verse 3, and Exodus 12? Is this the two rods, the spiritual house of Judah and the spiritual house of Israel, coming together? As Galatians 4 states, we are children of promise, born of the free woman. 2 Kings 2:9. And it came to pass, when they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, Ask what I shall do for thee, before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me.
And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. For without are dogs, and sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. I, Jesus, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. And the Spirit and the bride say, Come.